I was walking down the street the other day, and I see this woman just got a sign. It says, spare a minute to talk about world peace. And I think, you know what, I can do that. I'm not that selfish. So she starts telling me about all the problems in the world, all the hunger, the famine, disease. And I really felt what she was saying. And I don't know why, but for some reason I felt like I connected with her on like a spiritual level. And I don't know how to describe it, but I saw her not as an individual, but as a human being. And just as she was telling me how I can make a difference in the world, in this terrible, terrible world of ours, we reached the 1 minute mark in our conversation, so I said, whoop, time's up, got out of there. She called on after me, don't you care at all? And I said, yeah, and I will care more when you change that sign. I really appreciate you guys laughing at my jokes. Like, this is the first time, what can I say? This is the first time I've ever done stand-up comedy. Like, I've never done comedy in my life before. I've never been involved in it at all. But, well, I am a fine arts major, so it's like I'm attending it 4 days a week. About that, it's harder than people say it is. People give me shit all the time. They're like, hey, you're a fine arts, do you do any work at all? But it's intimidating, man. It really is. Like, you walk into lecture hall, big lecture hall, everyone's really tense. You sit down, professor comes in, looks across at all the students, and picks one out. Goes, you! How are you feeling today? I'm feeling angry. Angry? You get a B for the term. You! Oh. How are you feeling today? I'm feeling melancholic. Melancholic. Big word. A minus. I met a guy who says he doesn't like small talk. You know, when people are like, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? See, I didn't understand that, so he used really long, complicated words to ask him about the state of the weather. He was both confused and angry. On weekends, I like to go into hospitals, find a maternity ward, pick out a woman in labor who's having some trouble, walk up to her and say, that's what you get for stealing the forbidden fruit. I'm not very good at talking to women. My friends tease me all the time. They're like, hey, you can't pick up women, which has some truth in it. Like, they just make it so easy. Like, we'll be in a club or a bar somewhere. We'll spot a girl. Maybe she'll be Asian, I don't know. For the purpose of this joke. Like, saunter on over to her and say, you know, it's true what they say about Asian girls. They really are beautiful. And I don't know, man, I don't know. That just seems to work for them. But when I try it, it's different. It's like, it just doesn't seem to work for me. Like, I'll see a girl, walk on over to her, she'll look up, say, ah, good night. And I'll say, oh, you're Australian. Is it true what they say about Australian girls? Are they really descended from criminals? One misogynist joke, one Australian joke. Yes. I came over the Second Narrows Bridge the other day, or the Iron Workers Memorial. Do you guys know the history behind that? Like, apparently in 1958, during its construction, like, the bridge collapsed on itself and killed everyone working on it. And years later, they thought, after it was already named the Second Narrows Bridge, that they should rename it the Iron Workers Memorial. Do you think the workers would have joined and still tried to build the bridge if they knew that's what it was originally going to be called? Like, you can see it. Like, there's one guy at the front, he's in charge, and he's like, yep, tools are over there, bridge going up over there. Any questions? Yeah, I got one. What's the bridge going to be called? Well, for a time, it'll be the second narrowest bridge. Well, what do you mean for a time? Okay, not gonna lie to you. A lot of you will die in a horrible, horrible orgy of pain and blood. There will be girders sticking in and out of you. But on the bright side, they get to name the bridge in your honor.
Lame.
Shit. I should have been a fine arts major.